there's some that like the city grass that's curried smooth and green. Theaters, strangling collars, wagons run by gasoline. But for me it's horse and saddle every day without a change, and the desert sun a-blazing on 100 miles of range. Just a riding, desert rippling in the sun, mountains blue along the skyline. Who could envy anyone when I'm riding?
There ain't nothing like the feeling that you get down deep inside as you trot out in the morning when you've hired on to ride. And your mount's enthusiastic. The air is crisp and new, and there's lively conversation going on amongst the crew. There's some bridal crickets chirping. Jingle bobs tap out a tune. On one side the sun is rising, just ahead there sets the moon. Shadows high trot there beside you, elongated, keeping pace, reassuring you ain't hobbled by restrictive time or space. Out in front, the boss is posting to the same beat as this song, and the realization hits you. You're right where you belong.
Well, my feet are in the stirrups and my horse is on the bust, and his hooves are flashing lightning in a cloud of golden dust. And the bawling of the cattle is a-coming down the wind, and a finer life than riding would be mighty hard to find. Just a riding, splitting long cracks through the air, stirring up a baby cyclone. Who could envy anyone if I'm riding?
It's then you start appreciating you're on trails where few have trod, and you wonder how you ever doubted if there really is a God. Atop a ridge the boss reins in, so we all gather up around. It's from here he'll call the circle. So you step off to the ground, you loosen up your latigo, air your pony's back. You arrange again your blankets, then you realign your cack. Then you step back on just to get dropped off, check to see who's on each side. You're glad that you're a cowboy, and you feel a twinge of pride.
I don't need no art exhibit when the sunset does her best, painting everlasting glory on the mountains to the west. And your Opry looks so foolish when the nightbird starts his tune, and the desert's silver mounted by the touches of the moon. Just a riding, who can envy kings and czars? When the coyotes down the valley, they're singing to the stars, and we're riding.
You ate your breakfast round the Coleman, then hurried round to beat the sun. You've got 11 miles behind you, but it's here the work's begun. Now in town, when folks must travel to their workplace every day, it's said that they're commuting to their job to earn their pay. They'll choke in crazy traffic jams, fight for seats on bus or train. It's a wonder that this ritual doesn't drive them all insane. We too, I guess, commute to work as the job at hand dictates, but we commune while we're commuting. What a difference that makes.
When my earthly trail is over and my final bacon curls, and the last great roundup's finished at the home ranch of the world, I don't want no harps nor halos, robes nor other dressed up things. Let me ride the starry ranges on a pinto horse with wings. Just a riding, nothing I'd like half as well as a rounding up the sinners who have wandered out of hell if I'm riding. Just a riding, desert rippling in the sun, mountains blue along the skyline. Who could envy anyone if I'm riding? Who could envy anyone if I'm riding?
the man himself.
Mr. Waddie Mitchell.